Hey, Roy Avery here with Avery's All In. How we doing today? We do a lot of storage units, and then the question is, how do we liquidate our stuff? So here in Ohio, we are actually an auction firm. We're licensed with the Department of Agriculture here in Ohio, and we are bonded in the favor of the state of Ohio. So that means we can do consignments legally. We have an auction firm license and number specifically. So this is how we liquidate most of our storage unit stuff, and we do get consigners in the estate sales. Right now, we actually have been doing a little bit of sourcing because we've been purging the warehouse and doing some reorganization here. And yesterday, we were at a live auction and ended up buying this lot of comics. And the reason why we did it is because there's some comics in here I know we already sold, but we sold...
In the past, he's saying.
Yeah, within the last 6 months, actually. We sold these four. It was right here. Wildcats 2, 3, 4, and 5 for $16. But we got like 50 or 60 comics for only $20. So I know we'll make some money out of that box. And I'll show you the boxes in a bit. But you can see we got a ton of stuff here on the table. So we got some Wildcats, some Conan, a little DC here. Look, we even got some Scooby-Doo comics. And a little bit of Marvel.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Where are you? And these are the ones that I really liked.
To do now.
These are already being processed because we have our next online auction.
I'm trying to get a good cover shot.
Okay.
That's a very cool cover.
We have our next online auction starting Thursday.
Guys, sorry, I'm trying to get good... There. Right there.
And these actually have sold pretty well on our site that we sell, Rust Belt. Those have actually sold pretty well in the past with another seller. So I saw these because I know they were vintage and they were pre like Marvel. Then we have some old Archie. We've seen those sell well.
12 centers, 25 centers, 15 cents.
We sold some of these Walt Disney comics and they sold very well. So I saw this box and I had to get it. The interesting thing with the live auction though was it was 2 boxes and you were bidding for a choice of the 2 boxes. So I ended up paying $25 for this box, and there was a second box. I'll show you a picture of them. But I had to get them both at $25 because if I didn't pick the right one, somebody might bid us up and make us pay even more for it. So I just took them both at $25. On average, we have to make $3 a lot, but we at minimum make $3 on lots of our comics. So they should sell for a lot more, but we'll definitely make our money back. When we're doing our online auction, it's not quite like doing eBay. It's a lot easier to do the description and fill it out, but we can take a lot of pictures. So we have a lot of comics going up now. So as you can see, he's taking pictures. He's laid out all the comics. He's taking individual pictures of the comics. He's got the gloves on because, of course, because they're comics, you know, you want to handle them carefully. So basically you can see we have our setup here table because when we do consignments or we do online auction estate sales, or if we do storage units, we sometimes have bigger items. So we have the bigger photo studio here. You can see he's bagging the comics so that while they're sitting and waiting for the auction to end, if they get bumped or anything, they're not going to get messed up or damaged more than the fact that they are vintage. They're not going to get damaged more than they are now. And then we'll put them online, so we'll show you that end result, how it looks when we put it online. And as of Thursday, what is it, February 23rd, because today's the 21st. So as of Thursday, these will actually be up online and they'll run for a week. and the highest bidder will win. We do ship, so you can actually go to our online auction through our website, www.recycleneo.com, and you could actually see this auction in action and see what people are bidding on it, and maybe even win it yourself. So we look to have about 200 lots in this one. So we're going to have a lot of goodies, but we have close to 30 lots of comics that are going to be in this auction coming up starting Thursday.
So the way we ended up lotting these up, kind of lotted them based upon like a genre or a theme. So these are like your action comics. There are some westerns, but look at that. I mean, I don't have gloves on, so I won't really touch it, but you can see there's a little bit of damage from over the years. But for the most part, they're not missing pages. And they have been preserved, in my opinion, very well, because we did get a stack out of it, like right there. That stack right there was a bunch of comic books, mainly late 60s, early 70s, that actually does not have the covers. So you can see we got a ton of those.
And we did not put them in these page protectors. Someone else did that.
Yeah. So when I looked at
Or
these,
they came that way.
I could see there was still, of course, a little bit of damage, but I mean, for these to be coming from the 40s and 50s, I mean, that's actually, in my opinion, very good shape, considering they could have been missing covers. I mean, they didn't have to come in these protectors that they did, so we're trying to preserve it a little bit better, wrapping them up, bundling them, and then making sure that they're not moving. But we're not shipping them in these because they can move around in here and still mess up the covers.
The reason we're not bagging and boarding these, because we have bags and boards already set for the modern comic. And over time, these either expanded or they were actually cut out a different size at that time. So that's another reason we're not bagging and boarding these. But we are trying to make sure that once they're pictured, that they're not moving and trying to keep them from getting damaged even more. So, and again, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lots already created based upon action or western, or this here is Robin Hood stuff. And then we have our Marvel, DC, and the other lots over there. And this is an idea how we do our pictures for our online auctions. So majority of our stuff is usually running through this auction platform, because since we have traditionally been everything sellers, from consignments to doing estate sales to buying storage units, this is how we run it. We load up our table daily and we get 30 to 40 lots done in our Rust Belt sale, and we try to average a sale twice a month at about 250 to 300 lots. You never know what we'll have. Thanks for tuning in.